Jai Hind children. So we had completed 2 chapters, that is about a cell and also the tissues. In tissues, we had discussed about different types of plants and animal tissues. Now we are moving to another new chapter, that is why do we fall ill? Chapter 13, why do we fall ill? This chapter is very important during this present scenario because you are studying about what now you are knowing about corona and its causes, then how this we can prevent, like that. So all these things will come under this chapter also. That means we can study about different types of diseases and its causes, how prevention is better than cure, like that. So many things we can discuss in this chapter also. So we can start now. Then health and disease. Health and disease. These health and disease, these are interconnected, that is very serious issues in our community. That means poor health and diseases. Good health is there, but that's okay. But here poor health and disease, that is, these are serious issues in our community. And these are interconnected also. These health and disease are interconnected also. We know that cells, you studied about detailed things about these cells. These cells are the basic unit of life, and these cells together to form what? Tissues. Then tissues together to form what? Organs. Then organs together to form what? Organ systems. Organ systems. And these organ systems are doing specialized functions also. For example, the heart is for what purpose? Heart is beating, that is, heart is pumping blood. Then lungs are for breathing. Then brain is for what purpose? For thinking. Then kidneys are there for filtering urine, isn't it? So many activities are happening in our body. Then, and these activities are interconnected also. If anything happen to any one of the activity, that will affect our body. That means that will affect our health. For example, if the kidneys are not filtering, the urine, what will happen? These poisonous substances will accumulate in our body. Under such conditions, the brain is not able to think properly. So that will affect our whole body. That means these are interconnected. The kidney and the brain, all these are interconnected. From this, we can understand that anything that affects any of the activities of our body, that will lead to the failure of health. That means anything that prevents the proper functioning of the body or proper functioning of the cells or tissues, that will affect the health of our body, and that will lead to diseases also. Okay, the topic is health and its failure. So first is about health. What is the definition for this health? Health is a state of being well enough to function well physically, mentally and socially. So we cannot say a person is well or a person is a healthy person if he is free from any diseases. Then we can say whom as a healthy person if he is well in physically, mentally and socially. So health is a state of being well enough to function well physically, mentally and socially. Then the health of all organisms depends upon its environment. Health of the all organisms depends upon its environment or its surroundings. This environment includes physical environment and social environment. Physical environment includes heat, cold, flood, cyclone, drought, etc. That will affect the health of a person, isn't it? Then social environment includes, what is social environment? It is created by or created in the society. It is created in the society by he or she. By he or she. This social environment is created in the society by that particular person. So, the health of a person, not only a person, all organisms will depend upon its environment. That environment includes physical environment and social environment. Physical environment includes what? Flood, drought, cyclone, etc. Then social environment is it is created by that particular person. So, we cannot achieve this health by our own. So, that means we depends upon our environment. Then, this social environment in villages and towns, and cities, the physical environment is determined by the social environment. In villages, towns, cities, etc., the physical environment is largely depends upon the social environment. And this social environment not only support the health of that social health, but also it support the physical health of that particular person. By how? By providing public health services, or through public health services, this social environment provides support for the individuals. So, under the heading health and its failure, how this health become failure? So, for that, there are different reasons are there. First one is public health services. All of you know that there are various services they are ensuring. So, these public health services which ensure what? One is clean environment. These public health services ensure clean environment around our dwellings, that is living area, and protection from outbreak of diseases. You know that there are garbage collectors are there like that. So, they clean our environment, and that is around our dwellings, and protection from outbreak of diseases. It's a public health service. Then these health services ensure the removal of garbage, drainage and sewages, etc. So, the removal of garbage, drainage and sewage services they are providing. Then third one is they provide us what? Proper drinking water, then unadulterated food, then vector and pest control, then vaccination and other health services. So, these all are serviced by whom? These public health services. They are providing all these facilities. But what will happen? If these services are insufficient, if any one of these services are insufficient, that will affect the health of that person, isn't it? For example, if this garbage is more in our surrounding areas, that litter around our surrounding areas, then if suppose wastewater is overflowing, then this pest and vectors they are breeding in our surrounding areas, what will happen? That will lead to the spread of diseases. That means any one of these services is insufficient, that will affect the health of a person. So, public health services, so they provide a lot more services, but insufficient services leads to the one person's health, that will affect the person's health, isn't it? The next is about economic condition. How this economic condition is affecting the health of a person. You know that for proper health, nutritious food is necessary, isn't it? So, how we are getting nutritious food? For buying these food materials, we need money, isn't it? For money, we need a good job, isn't it? So, a proper nutrition is essential for good health. There should be proper earning in order to provide food to everyone in the family. For a good earning, we need a good job, isn't it? So, for a good earning, we need a good job. Then only we can provide good food to our family, isn't it? So that nutritious food that also leads to the good health. But if there is insufficient food, that will also affect the health of a person. Then another one is social equality and harmony. How that will affect the health of a person? So you know that the social equality and harmony that includes, so we should participate one another's joys, then sorrows, and also we help to each other, and sometimes we need help from others. So we are living as, that is, helping by each other. So thus this social equality and harmony is also necessary for individual health. Understand? Then fourth one is personal hygiene. Personal hygiene is very important. That includes washing our hands, then bath regularly, then brush our teeth twice in a day. Then besides this, timely vaccination and personal protection from vectors and disease also needed. So these all are important for getting a proper health. Otherwise, that will affect our health. So once again, so the public health services, then this economic condition, social equality and harmony, then personal hygiene, all these will, any insufficient of these things will leads to the health of a person, that will leads to the poor health. Otherwise, that will leads to good health. So personal hygiene is very important. So now there is a figure that shows this personal hygiene, how we had to prevent these vectors first, etc., and how we will get a good health from that. Then what is the difference between this healthy and disease-free means? The word healthy and disease-free means. So disease means, this means without, and ease means comfort. That means being uncomfortable. Disease means being uncomfortable. And this disease may be due to improper diet or inappropriate diet, or may be due to pathogenic attack. You know what is pathogens? Disease causing microorganisms are known as pathogens. So the disease may be due to inappropriate diet or may be due to pathogenic attack. So a disease-free person may, without suffering from any disease, can be in poor health or in good health. A disease-free person, that means without suffering from any disease, can be in good health condition or in a poor health condition. For example, a dancer. Good health in a dancer means what? He or she is able to stretch his body in a graceful position. Then we can say he is in a good health condition. Then good health of a musician. That means good health of a musician. That means he or she is able to take this oxygen and releasing that carbon dioxide in a proper way while he or she is playing that music instruments such as flute, etc. Okay, that means his or her lungs are working properly. Then we can say that person have a good health condition. So that is about disease and healthy. That means the word healthy and disease-free means. So actually we can say that The health of a person is controlled by, besides this physical fitness, it is controlled by, health of a person is controlled by the personal attitude, then the interaction of the members of the family, society, and also the community. So, once again, the health of a person is actually controlled by, besides these physical fitness is needed. Besides that physical fitness, it is controlled by personal attitude and the interaction of the members of the family, then society and community. But a deceased person, the individual only suffers that disease. That is the main difference. Then what are the differences between the word healthy and disease free? So these are some of the differences. So first one, state healthy means it is a state of complete physical, mental, social well-being. The word health means what? It is a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being. Then what is the meaning of the word disease free? It is a state of absence of discomfort. It is a state of absence of discomfort. One of the difference. Then another difference, this depends upon, that person depends upon the individual as well as physical and social environment. So healthy means that is health depends upon the individual as well as his physical and social environment. Then disease free, that means that related to that individual only. That is related to the individual only. Then third difference is a healthy person will be a disease free as well. A healthy person will be disease free as well. But here a disease free person may be healthy or unhealthy. A disease free person may be healthy or unhealthy. Then fourth difference is that person is energetic and able to perform as per the requirement. That healthy person is energetic and able to perform as per the requirement. For that I told about that examples of dancer and musician. Okay. But a disease-free person, performance depends upon the environment and their personal attitude. So a disease-free person's performance depends upon the environment and the personal attitude. So these are the differences between the word healthy and disease-free. Then next is about disease and its causes. Then what does disease looks like? How can we identify that there is something wrong in our body, that is disease in our body? How can we identify? So you know that there are cells in our body, and these cells together to form what? Tissues, then organs, then organ system. And these organ systems are performing specialized functions in our body. And each organ system consists of organs, and that organs also have particular functions in our body. For example, digestive system, you know that there is mouth, then there is a small intestine, large intestine, stomach, etc. In mouth there is tongue and teeth. That teeth is helping for what? For chewing the food material. Then like that for this stomach and intestine, that help in digestion. Small intestine help in complete digestion of the food material. Like that, our musculoskeletal system. We studied about muscular tissues and skeletal system, that is, these muscular system and skeletal system together perform, then only we can move. That means the movement of the body, that is the functioning of muscular skeletal system. If anything that disrupt in these organs, that will leads to some diseases. And these disruptions are happen where? Inside our body. so that we cannot know immediately there is a disease inside our body. Then how can we know that there is something disrupted in our body, that is inside our body? That we can identify, or that disease we diagnosed only because of their signs and symptoms, isn't it? Then what do you mean by symptoms? Symptoms are the evidences of the presence of diseases. These are evidences only. There is a disease in our body. So symptoms are the evidences of the presence of diseases. These symptoms may be either internal or external symptoms. Then internal symptoms include, for example, headache, then abdominal pain, that is a stomach ache, etc. These are examples for internal symptoms, and external symptoms include fever, then loose motion, then swellings, then wound with pus, etc. These are, we can see externally. These are also maybe symptoms: wound with pus, then cough, cold, then fever, then loose motion, etc. are external symptoms. So symptoms are the evidences of the presence of diseases. These symptoms may be either internal or external. Then internal symptoms examples are headache, then stomach ache, etc. Then external symptoms include cough, then cold, then a wound with the pus, then fever, loose motions, etc. And these symptoms do not give any exact cause of the particular disease. These symptoms do not give what is the exact cause of that particular disease. That tell only what there may be a disease. The symptoms only indicate that there may be a disease. So it does not say what, do not give any exact cause of the disease. Okay. Then for example, suppose you have headache. This headache may be due to examination stress, isn't it? Examination stress or some other stresses, or because of what? Meningitis, or maybe due to some other diseases or something that happened in our brain. So that headache may be due to because of examination stresses or some other stresses, or due to meningitis, or because of some eye problems, eyesight, some problems are related to our eyesight. No, because of that also headache may be occur. So because of headache we cannot see what is that particular disease. Understand? So that we are telling us what? These symptoms do not give any exact cause of that disease. That tell only what? There may be a disease. Next is about the signs. So we already studied about the symptoms. Then what is sign? These are definite indications of the disease. Based on the symptoms, physicians or doctors, they are confirming the what of after looking the signs also, they are confirming what that particular disease is. So based on the symptoms, they conclude what that they come to what which are the signs, then only they are confirming what that particular disease is. So these signs are the definite indications of the disease. Then symptoms, you know that, but that indicate the presence of a disease. There is a disease, but these signs, they provide information about the presence of a particular disease. Then symptoms are a collective manifestation of number of disease of particular parts or organs. But here the signs distinct for different disease. Then these physicians or these doctors, they use certain instruments, or even they go for what? Laboratory test to confirm that a particular disease. So based on that signs, then also they are go for what? A laboratory test, or they are using some instrument for confirming that particular disease. So that's about the signs and symptoms. So now we can wind up today's class. Just look at the recap of today's class. We discussed about health, the definition for health. After that, health and its failure. So what are the reasons for the failure of health? That includes the public health services, economic condition, then social harmony. Then after that, we studied about personal hygiene. Then what is the difference between the word healthy and disease free? How can we distinguish these two words? Then after that, we studied about disease and its causes. Then what is the difference between sign and symptoms? So read the text very well and repeatedly read the text and do the homeworks on time. Once again, Jai Hind to all and thank you.